What's up? It's a flow. All right, so we are here getting ready to wrap up the 30-day challenge. Yesterday was day 28 with new jazz. New jazz, super sick. I really enjoyed that one. I've really just come to enjoy every single one of these, to be completely honest. And now we're here on day 29. I already have everything ready, so I'm going to bring you guys along to show you what I did and vibe. All right, so for day 29, we got Chicago House. BPM 124, key signature E minor, time signature 4/4. Musical obstacles. Use a classic Roland style drum machine kit, TR-909, TR-707 sounds, incorporate lute vocal chops or soulful vocal samples, and create a hypnotic groove using minimal but effective chord progressions. Alright, so Chicago House, stemming as early as the 1980s, it laid the groundwork for deep house, acid house, and a bunch of different subgenres. Chicago House is really the stem of most things house. And so when it comes to making Chicago House, it gets a little bit more difficult because Chicago House is a very unique old school style of music. And so to create that now wouldn't exactly make it old school. So we have to try our best to incorporate old school sounds to make something new. So I'm going to bring you guys straight into my project and show you exactly what I did. It's nothing too crazy. Usually it's not too crazy, to be completely honest. We have a 2-chord progression, and we're in the key of E minor. We start with these claps here, and we go straight into the beat. Cool. So we have our drum beat, right? Bass, straightforward, nothing too crazy, and then we have our chords, right? So we have a pad underneath these, but these are kind of our bouncing chords that we use, and they're just 2 chords played in different rhythms. Literally straightforward. E minor 9, right? And then we have the A minor 9. 7/9, whatever you want to call it. So that's literally it, and it's just stacked with different sounds. It's like a Rhodes sound, and then this is like a more reverb version of it, except it needs to play in a lower octave. Yeah. So as I was making this, I realized that like reverb especially is like a huge thing for this genre. And so then all I did was use my vocals along with everything and sang a few things. And we built it up until it went to the chorus. It's the same chord progression, same chord sequence, except just a few things get added in the chorus. So just a real quick snippet. I see you. I need you. But do you feel what I feel? Break it down. Sometimes I don't know. The feelings I just want to party. Okay, a lot happens here. So like I said, it's pretty much the same thing, except all we do is just add a couple extra sounds, right? So I think this is the main one that kind of drives the chorus. This one is so sick because all it is just a chord sequencer. That's all it is. It's super sick. The other thing I have in here is a like an upbeat synth with just like one note. And then of course, we have our vocals, 3 harmonies, 1 high octave, 1 low octave, and then the third.
I just want to party, party, party. I don't need nobody, body, body.
And then literally to the end of that is going to just be the same exact thing, except as we keep going towards the end, we're taking away some of those elements. So like the first time we get out, what are we taking out? Doesn't seem like we're taking anything out, actually.
I just want to party, party, party.
Right here.
I don't need nobody,
The reverse symbol comes back, but it chokes. The thing about Chicago house is that the tracks tend to be like 4 to 5, maybe even 6 minutes long. And so that's very long. And I could make a track that's 4, 5, 6 minutes long, but instead I decided to keep this chorus repeated 2 times and just fade out to the end, because at the end of the day, if we're making like a 4 or 5 minute track, it's just going to keep going forever. And the point is to make a track in the elements of that genre and make it as best as possible with the limitations that we have. So I kept it the way it is. We vibe either way, and we have a good time with it. So yeah, that's Chicago house. All right, cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed. This one was a fun one. I've been meaning to make some house music. I love making house music. I'm not the best at making house music, but that's why I like it, because it's a really cool genre, and I want to try to master house as much as possible. And so making Chicago house was interesting. It's just interesting in general because, like I mentioned, it's more of an old school style of house, and it's kind of what is the roots of house music, if it seems that way. At least that's how I was reading it. And so in order to make that now, it's kind of hard because nowadays we have all these different kind of house music, right? Like the subgenres of house, from deep house to progressive house to melodic house, I would speed house. I don't even know. Like there's so many different kind of subgenres of house. So when you're making it now, they tend to mix a little bit if you go one way or the other. So I tried to keep this as simple as possible and make the playing field neutral for everything. All right, that's enough from me. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you vibed with it. Let me know what you think. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. We are officially doing our last day tomorrow, day 30. It's been a fun ride. I always feel a type of way when I get towards the end of these, and I definitely want to keep making these in the future. But after this, we're going to be making some music, my own music, focusing on some stuff that I'm going to be releasing and hitting up those vibes. So y'all really get to hear what I really want to make and what I really sound like. Anyway, thank you so much for vibing. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow for our last day. Peace.